Hello, everybody. How you guys doing today? We're gonna play a little bit of Satisfactory. Don't have any other hermits in the Discord at the moment, but I haven't heard that the other hermits are not playing today. So we'll see what's going on.
One Pingan Leaples just resubscribed for 73 months.
Hey, one ping only, please. Thank you for the 73 months. Appreciate you, dude. Was muted or no? Well, I keep myself muted when it says starting soon, because I am setting things up on my PC and getting ready to actually get the stream started. Hello, Brandy. Yeah, so the first thing that I want to do today, we're going to go head over to the coal factory, make sure the power's up and running. Then we're going to head over to the computer factory and make sure things are working over there. I expect we're going to have some problems still. We're going to see if we can at least get them up and running for now. In fact, we should probably head over to our fuel factory because we might have the same problems because of the floor holes. Hey Razzle, how you doing, dude? Yeah, so far it's just me solo today. That might change, it might not, I don't know. We'll find out. So yeah, we have 4 of them over here that are not working. These floor holes. Maybe we will try and figure out a way to get this to work with the floor holes removed and make it still look decent. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, so we just come in here and flush the pipe segment, and then that gets the other 4 going. You know, once the water comes up here. Anyway, I'm sure that other one will turn on. Let's come over and check the other side. These sound like they're not running right next to me. Oh boy. Flush this one, which will turn on these 4. Then over here on one of these. You're doing okay just working? I hear ya. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That light was green a second ago and then it turned back red. I'm just kind of waiting for the water to get pumped up in these things, I think, is what we're waiting on. All right, so all these should come back online. How's my day been today? So far, so good. Hello, Pookie. Now, this side has always seemed to be functioning. I don't know what the difference is, but I don't think I've ever seen this half busted. Everything looks fine over here. Okay, so here's something that I'm gonna do. First things first, I am going to rearrange these so we have elevated splitters. I don't like how much floor space these things are taking up, and then you have to jump over the belt, especially when I have to come back here and like fix some things. I guess I still have to jump over these, but I feel like it would be less annoying if we had these set up the way that I want them. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set these up the way that I want them. So let's swap this over to, we're gonna do tier 4s, even though this is completely not, oh my goodness, even though it's not necessary to have 4s on here. And then we need, is that a splitter? Conveyor splitter. Do we want the input from there? I think that makes the most sense. And then the output will come over here. Get rid of you. And this one. And this whole belt. Splitter. So output is, or input is what we're looking for. The input this way, input this way, input this way. Okay, now we can get rid of all of this. And belts. I'm glad that just kind of worked out, that I didn't have to mess with that floor hole and like adjust that. It just connected right there. That's nice. All right, so it looks like Wells won't be on today. Haven't heard anything about Joe yet, though. Could add walkways as well. Could. But we're just going to go ahead and elevate this. This is kind of like what we've been doing for most of our stuff. To me, it seems to make sense to keep the same themes. This one, whoops. This one, we're gonna come over this way, I think. That might need to come up one more, actually. It's hard to tell. I think there? It's hard to tell. No, that looks right. Okay, so we need these guys. Input from that side. Uh-huh. What the? Nope. Nice try. Okay. So this gives us a little bit more walk room when I need to come over and check pipes or whatever. It's just easier. But that belt's gonna be kind of weird. Maybe it would have been better having that face straight and then coming to the side over here. I don't know. Let's see if this is any better coming from this way. Whoops. Yeah, either way we do this is going to be kind of weird. I'm just going to go with that. We can adjust that floor hole downstairs, I think, to maybe make this be better. I'm not even sure how that's attached and why it's coming up there specifically. It looks like it's not coming up there specifically for any other reason other than it was placed right there. So we could adjust that and make that look nice. And since we're doing some stuff here, I think we might as well. So we want that pretty much right here. Yep. And then we'll go downstairs and reattach this thing correctly. Or I guess to the other one. Nope. Just the wrong button. All right. Why is that not going in? Oh, I didn't attach this up here. There we go. That's looking pretty nice. I like it. Now we just gotta do the other side. And then the other half. Alright, so this ends down here at the end. Wait a second. I'm confused. Oh, that's where the coal comes over to this side, so it doesn't end over here. Yeah, I kind of figure if we're gonna be messing with the pipes here and trying to like get them to work without the floor holes, we might as well make some other changes and just kind of like redo the inputs and stuff. And that's coming out of this one, so that's gonna have to move as well. Not a big deal. Okay, so now we need splitters, and this is... Wait, that's a merger. Splitter, inputs from this side. Nope. It was right, and then my mouse moved right as I clicked the button. That's annoying. This What? Why didn't it go? I clicked it and then it just like disappeared. What's happening here? Did the server crash? I'm so confused. I can't build anymore. Oh, now it's working? I don't know. That's weird. It's like the client knew what I was trying to build, but the server was like, no, you can't do that. Very weird. So we want, yeah, that going inside, that connecting here. That was a tier 4. That was. Okay, so that should be all set. We just need to adjust the actual input into the end over here, and then we're good to go. Oh, I didn't put one of these here. Okay, that's coming up here. That's feeding into this stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, since I got a bunch of coal in my inventory, I'm gonna try and feed it into these machines that potentially need it down here, since they're gonna take forever to fill up. I feel like the coal isn't coming in here as fast as it should be. I know we're like using lower tier belts over here. I don't know if that... I know we're not extracting fast enough that it really requires this, but figure like since I'm touching it and we're on tier 4s, we should just go ahead and upgrade to tier 4s. Doesn't really hurt anything. Joe is trying to reach me. Joe, you joined the Discord. Hello.
Hey, yeah, Hypno. I was just letting you know, I was gonna play Satisfactory today, but apparently my game has updated and the server has not. And there's no good way for me to backdate my local copy of the game. So,
Oh.
yeah.
You're on Steam?
Yeah, I'm on Steam, and it just updated.
I think you can choose a previous version. I've never personally done it, but I know it's possible on Steam.
I just spent the last 15 minutes or so of my stream trying to figure out how to do that, and I asked Wells, and he's like, it's such a nightmare, it's not going to work, you don't want to do it.
Okay.
So, yeah, apparently that is definitely the case in some games, but for whatever reason, that's not going to be viable here. So I'm just going to...
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so apologies for, skipping out on you last minute, but I'm just going to switch over and do hermitcraft instead.
Okay,
But,
yeah, that's fair, dude. Yeah, that's understandable.
Hopefully we can get this sorted by tomorrow, though, because I would love to play with you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know why my client didn't update, but I guess I'm glad it didn't.
You might just have auto updates like set to a lower priority or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The game open, it wouldn't update while it was open or something. I don't know. But,
yeah, it definitely wasn't open though, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, either way, hope you have a fun stream. Good luck, man.
Yep. All right. So I guess it's not satisfactory with the hermits. It is satisfactory with me, a hypno, on an old version of Satisfactory, apparently. I did see on the title screen that it said it was version 1.0.4, but I didn't realize that that was like a brand new version and that people were going to be having issues. That's too bad. Is this still a tier 3? That's a 4. I feel like this isn't feeding in fast enough though. That's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. So why does it feel like this is backed up and not... Where's the bottleneck here? Is it down? Oh no. That's a 4. These are 4s all along here. Like, where is this backed up, I guess is the question. It feels like something is bottlenecking it. Yeah, right here. Why does this look like this is being bottlenecked right here? Four. Is it a render issue? It's very possible it could be. I could try replacing this belt. Now it looks right. Although now it's slowing down a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, it looks like they might want to update to the latest version. Okay, I'm gonna get off the server. We'll come back to this after this gets updated. So since he's updating it, I'm just gonna go ahead and update my client, since apparently there was supposed to be an update here and I never got it. Let me see here. Properties, installed files, verify integrity. I think I have to do that in order. All right, so I'm verifying my game files at the moment. The server is going to be updated. Yeah, 40% complete. Sorry, I don't really have anything to put on screen to show you guys at the moment. But yeah, the server is going to get updated to the latest version. I don't know what the patch notes are. Maybe we could look at those real quick. Come on. Patch notes. Let me get off this. Patch notes for 1.0.0.4. Another patch, pretty sizable amount of bug fixes and other polish, including several crashes and bug fixes, multiplayer interaction fixes, many UI, visual, and audio fixes, and more. Potential fix for a rare crash when dismantling a drone. We're not there yet. Bug where object scanner menu would open when pinging. I don't think we've seen that. Buildables disappearing in very old saves. Item place inside the toilet not showing up properly in multiplayer. That's an important one. Drop pod at the start sequence not being visible and walking too far away from it in multiplayer. Okay, Noblisk getting stuck in the air around area of recently destroyed gas pillar or destructible rocks. This is something we have seen many times, and that's cool. That's fixed. Fix a bug when connecting a pipeline junction, pipeline pump, or valve to a pipeline connected to a pipeline floor hole would make a loose connection to the pipeline floor hole. Is this the bug? Is this the pipeline floor hole bug? Fix the power poles and power tower not being properly customizable in multiplayer. Blueprints not showing up or being unusable in sessions that ended with a period full stop. Fix not being able to upgrade or replace walls with control left mouse button in multiplayer. Wait, you can replace walls. Control left mouse button. I'm not sure about that. Fix a bug where the build mode would be displayed as NA after sampling a conveyor belt while dismantle mode in multiplayer. Fixed item not being interactable while being inside spore flower gas. That's something I haven't seen yet. Fix some buildables being sent to the center of the map when building them inside a blueprint designer multiplayer and dedicated servers. Interesting. I wonder if we have like a collection of things in the center of our map. Fixed item still refunding materials and clogging up inventory when dismantling using no build cost in advance. Okay. Fix an uncommon issue where building train stations in the same spot could freeze the game. Well, we haven't gone into trains just yet. Pipeline pump sounds sometimes still playing after being dismantled. Railway block visualization, trains, updated pipeline junction to be consistent in size. Wait, they were inconsistent? Add a soft clearance to pipeline junction. I don't know what that means. Blueprint designer. Long text not properly scaling some of the menus. Auto save being cut off in some languages. Did the game update? Satisfactory updated, yes. And apparently it's up. Okay, let's see if there's anything else interesting in here. Focus hard drive lists. Fix issues with the focus and selection of the hard drive list. Updated split stacker slider to be still existing. Okay. Decor. Fix shadows in the resource scanner. Gas from gas pillars not being removed in some areas. Animation. Fix the animation to pet the lizard doggo. Thank goodness. This has been like... This would... Yeah, I don't know how the game was playable with that. How was the animation broken? I don't know. Fix the whoosh sound that would occasionally happen when traversing near previously picked up Summer's loop. Ambient sound, tone down ambient Crater Lakes, Blade Runner, okay. Lowered coal power generator volume. That's nice. Fixed first time equip audio for the Xeno Zapper. Fixed sounds of oil refinery assembler converter and manufacturer, sometimes stacking and playing multiple times. What else do we got here? Fix a bug where the dimensional depot would sometimes stop playing its idle sound effects. Wait, these have an idle sound? I'm not even sure if I've heard it. Water extractor sometimes getting nuclear waste in some locations. What? That would have been awful. Some slugs being out of bounds and unobtainable. Fix 2 crash site items that showed incorrect items. Now they show silica as they should. Iron known under the terrain. I think this is the one that's over. Is that the one at our reinforced iron plate factory? One of those nodes was like super hard to like target and like you had to look at it weirdly. Fix some underwater VFX not properly playing in the rocky desert. Dedicated server. Okay, localization, known issues. Plug-in error, crash, slider while static effect, blah blah. Mouse sensitivity, VSync turned on. Okay. All right. Let me close out of this and load the game up and we'll try the new patch. It's going to be like a brand new game. Say pipeline one more time. Pipeline. I wish I had fixed this. I'm gonna be so mad if I log in and like all of my coal generators are not getting water again. What is this? Okay, whatever that was is gone. Okay, this looks better now. It's not like all backed up in this one section. Yeah, that was like some visual bug thing. You know, they said they lowered the volume of the coal generators. Did they though? Maybe they did. All right, so this is now taken care of. This whole side is done. Yep. Yep. And then all of those generators were working. These are all on and working over here. I think we're good. Soft clearance is when it is yellow when building. Hard clearance when it's red. Before this, pipeline junctions had hard clearance? Oh. Is that when placing a junction on a pipe, it was always red? Is that what you mean? Because otherwise, I'm not actually sure. If it clipped a machine... Oh, I see. I think. Okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and fix this side. By fix, I mean elevate our belt. To me, it's fixing. Really, the machines are not broken at all, and this is just something that I want to do because I think it looks better. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, I didn't put one over here. All right. So that side's done. Guess we'll do this one next. Spin it around. Now I need one of these guys. So the input is going to be, yeah, from there. We're just going to move that floor hole cover. This thing, I think right there is correct for... Uh-huh. And then enough. Whoop. All right, let's make sure this is working. It should be. That looks pretty good. Nice flow. I like it. Yeah, let me join the Discord. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Hypno. Thank you so much for getting that sorted.
Well, it wasn't me. It was me, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to let him disrupt your stream to do it right now, though, so yeah, pretty
True.
But yeah, I just, that's fine. I needed to record an outro for my HermitCraft episode. I was like 5 minutes from getting done with it earlier before we had to leave.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, I knocked that out, and then I saw, oh, it's coming back up. Oh, okay, let's...
There you go. Nice, dude.
Yeah, so got that taken care of. Oh, boy.
So... you said you put a, what is it called? The light modifier tool configurator thing somewhere?
Yeah, it's right near where I'm standing. Do you want me to go touch it?
Did you change all the lights to be like a yellowish orangish?
Yeah, I made them like pumpkin orange for Halloween.
Okay.
But I'm like jetpacking over to it now. I can go flip it to
No, it's
else.
fine. It just feels weird that it's orange, but if it's like that on purpose, that's
I
fine.
mean, like, you know, what's your when people go to your like Twitch channel or your YouTube channel, what's your brand color? Do you have like a brand color? I don't know.
Pure white.
Oh
You're gonna
no.
change the lights of that color.
You know what? That's not jazzy enough. I'm gonna switch to purple.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have to change it. It's all good, dude.
Okay. Well, I actually, unfortunately, where I put the machine to change it, I actually can't see the lights from there. So now I've got to go leave to see. Oh yeah, they're all a delicate purple now, except for this one random light. It drives me nuts how there's like some random lights that just don't.
So you just changed all of them to purple because the ones over here are still orange.
I don't know if it takes time to propagate that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know anything about that, honestly. So that changes all the lights on the entire grid? Is that how that works?
Supposed to, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wells says there's some logic to why it does or doesn't work on certain lights, but I don't know what that logic is. So if I
Oh, it just turned purple here.
Okay, so I'm gonna swap them all to green now.
Oh, it just changed immediately to green.
Huh? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm out of ideas.
Come on, Joe. You're supposed to be our lightologist here.
I know. I'm the photonographer. Photonographer. Does that work? I don't know.
Photographer? No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It is completely dark in the area where that machine is, and I keep flying back down here trying to find it, and I can't find it. Okay, I should turn my flashlight on. There it is. Yeah, I built it under the overpass, or under the big highway, or whatever. And, yeah. So, yeah, I can adjust the intensity of it, too, so it's, like, less dramatic.
Well, I mean, these only come out at nighttime, and at nighttime we need lights, so...
Yeah.
When it's any other color besides white, it, like, kind of... It feels like it's negating the effect of having the lights there, you know what I mean? So...
No, that's fair. Yeah, I can change it.
Now, if you wanted to add, like, a string of mood lights somewhere...
Yeah. I'll set them to proper 6F white. Here you go. What's a good... Yeah, none of us have numbers after our names, and you keep, I was gonna say, oh, what's a good hermitcrafty number? Iscal 85 is a hermit. Yeah, we can set this to 85% intensity. So even though the color is bright white, the intensity still has a little bit of hermitcraft vibe to it.
There you go.
That still feels really bright. But yeah, it works.
Yeah, I just wish there was like a bed or some way to sleep through the night in this game that would make everything so much better.
Yeah, I definitely have not learned like the fundamentals of light placements inside buildings yet. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff where it's just like I've just been depending on daylight or my flashlight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw you were working on something over by the coal plant, I think?
Yeah, I came over here to check on the pipes, the floor holes and whatever, because it seems like it's a daily thing where they disconnect and they no longer work.
Oh, well, the floor hole pipe disconnect was one of the things that was supposed to be fixed in the latest patch, but we might still need to reattach them for the first time.
Yep, so I was in the process of going, because before I knew the patch was a thing, I was in the process of coming over here and readjusting the belts, and I was going to get rid of the floor holes and like try and make things look nice. But now that I don't technically need to do that, I'm just still working on making the belts elevated because I already did half of the thing.
That's cool. I'm looking at adding ceiling lights to this additional modular frame factory that I put together here. Because yeah, the other modular frame factory was fine for what we were using, but then all of a sudden when we needed them for the other the heavy modular frames or whatever, it wasn't keeping up.
Right.
And then we're gonna need those heavy modular frames as like a ingredient in a lot of other future projects. So yeah, figure I might as well just increase production across the board here. So I'm creating extra iron plates, as well as extra reinforced iron plates, as well as extra frames. So yeah, we should be good for all of that stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that the lighting thing affects the entire grid it's on. Because as I'm thinking about that, I was like, oh, what if I might have like different colored lights in parts of a factory for some reason? But like, I'd have to have that factory on its own power grid at that point.
Yeah, I don't really know how the light things work, so.
Yeah, if you could gate them behind like a power switch or something. And so it would say, okay, everything on this side of the switch is going to be on a separate lighting grid. That'd be great, but oh well, it's fine.
It'll be fine. I was kind of expecting the lights to be more localized to like, I don't know, within, 100 meters or something like that. Not the entire power grid lines, but...
Yeah, because, well, I guess there are controls for individual lights. You just have to go up to that panel and press E.
My chat's saying you can gate them. That's what the light controller does. I don't know anything about it because that's something I haven't explored.
Yeah, I don't know.
But apparently it's a thing you can do. According to my chat. They wouldn't lie, would they? They might. Alright, belts have been elevated in the coal factory, which doesn't really mean anything. But I just figured since I was here working on stuff, I should do that.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. No complaints on my end. Oh, as soon as I get, like, the second light panel ready to go in over here, it's like, oh, hey, suddenly dawned.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of these generators are going to be turning off because they were starved for fuel. That's not because of the floor holes, or it shouldn't be. You just got to wait for, like, the first ones to fill up, and then the next one, and then the next one. Because of the way the splitters work, as we've discussed many times before.
Are you doing any horror or, like, spooky streams for October at all?
I don't really play a lot of horror games, and it's not that I'm opposed to them, it's just something I don't really do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only real horror games I've played was like Doom 2016 and then the sequel to that.
Oh, yeah, I like Doom a lot. Yeah, I actually thought about doing a YouTube series where I played Doom 2016 and talked about parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this series is for parents, not for kids. You can tell by all the demons I'm killing. But like, I was like, I wanted to do like kind of a serious thing about like how being a parent is actually challenging. Like, it's not like, oh, it's unrewarding and it sucks entirely, but like, a lot of people aren't ready necessarily for how challenging it's going to be. I mean, I wasn't. So it's like, oh, let me just, tell some stories and talk about like some stuff like that. But I was like, I don't want kids watching. Like, this isn't a stream for kids, you know, this or a series for kids. This is a series like for adults. And yeah, so I ended up never getting around to actually making that. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a series with Doom in 2016. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked it. The only thing is, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like those games, but it feels like they start dragging on and on the longer and longer they go. Some people like games that are really long, but I almost felt like it would have been better if it was a little shorter, but that's just me.
That's fair.
At least the second one felt like it was really long. All right, chat, got that fixed. Kids will still watch Doom. Yeah, you could put any sort of warning you want on there, and that just kind of like removes you from liability. But kids are gonna watch what kids are gonna want to watch. So
the more I play this game, the more I realize I should plan every stage of what I'm doing better. Like, I was like, this time I'm gonna think about where I put the foundations and where I put the beams. And then I ended up being wrong about half of them, but at least like I had a good starting point.
right.
And then I was like, oh, I didn't think at all about where any of the electrical connections are gonna go, or any of the windows, or any of this. And like, the more I play, the better I feel like I'm getting at all that stuff. But it's like, oh boy, there's a lot to this game.
So the way I normally do it, if I'm building a factory, I just lay out the machines in some sort of a logical way, like all the smelters on one floor and all the outputs go to one location, and then that's the input for the next floor, or, you know, whatever. I don't really think about the electrical connections or what the building's going to look like. I just plan for having room underneath to run belts or pipes and enough floor space for all the machines, so I don't have to have like half the smelters on one floor and half on the other, or some weird thing like that. But yeah, aside from that, I just, like, once the shape of the factory is decided, then I put walls up and then put the electrical connections in and try and make things look as tidy as possible. But yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of planning when it comes to that.
Yeah, I feel like though, as you get better at it, like, or as you get more experienced, like a lot of it gets more intuitive, where you're, even though you're not planning it like actively, like sitting there with graph paper, you're making the right choices throughout so that it kind of unifies around and at the end, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair, and that does come with experience. Like, you have to build things wrong in order to know how to build them right. So
exactly, like I've been doing a lot of building things wrong over the last week, and I have learned so much more about building things right by doing that than I was when I was just like walking around placing blueprints of roads, you know?
yeah, you can't really mess up the blueprints. I mean, unless you are off by like half a block or whatever.
Yeah, I can definitely.
But we won't talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, we have the technology to accomplish that. Believe me, I can do that.
All right, well, unfortunately, I had these belts disconnected for far too long, so, like, we're going to be down on some of these until they all fill up, and it's going to take longer and longer for each successive one to fill up until finally these last two are getting, like, the scraps that are left over and just splitting between them. Yeah, it's going to take a minute. So I think my work here is done. Hopefully the floor holes hold out. So let's go check out the computer area. Sorry, unmuted my mic. Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
There is a belt missing on purpose, because the way that works is one of the coal lines goes all the way down, half of it goes underneath and then fills in like 4 or 8 on the other side, and then the other belt that's coming in there feeds the rest of them that are left over. So like there's 2 different input belts for the one half. It'd be easier for me to like show you that, but I'm not over there right now. Just trust that it is set up correctly. We'll come back later after we look at the computer factory and just verify everything's working. But I am fairly certain everything is hooked up the way it should be. You saw the lifter on the other end when you passed it? Yeah. Yeah, so one belt feeds more than half of that side, and then the other belt feeds whatever's left over. But yeah, there's two different inputs for that side. I almost wonder if it would have been better to just use like a smart splitter and have the overflow go and merge with the other side instead of like, I don't know. There's different ways to do it. I think it probably would have made more sense to have one line feeding each side instead of one line feeding a side and a partial by looping around like that. Hey Dash Max. Yeah, a belt balancer. I guess that's what you could call it. I'm thinking a smart splitter with just an overflow. But either way, it's the same idea. Equal amounts of coal going on either side would be the better solution. I guess a less technical way to do that would have been have both miners going into one of the double storages. So 2 belts into the storage, 2 belts out of the storage. And then you should be taking equal parts. But the way we have it set up works too. Okay, so we're just coming over here making sure this stuff is working and there's like nothing turned off. Is there a way for me to see if they're turned off? Oh, the green lights are on the inside. I don't want to have to like right click on each one. I just rather look and see if there's any yellow lights or red lights. Now the question is, would these have been working before the patch? Because they're working after the patch, which I guess is all that really matters, that things are just working. Everything's green across the board. Oh, that's my face. And I see nothing but a sea of green except for this one. And this one. So rubber isn't the issue, it's a quick wire. Interesting. The quick wire, huh? So we need 52.2 per minute per machine. No, I don't need to do that. N. 52.2 times 4. So we need 208.8. Where's the inputs for that? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that he might have made a mistake here. We'll see. And if so, we might be able to overclock to make up the difference. Is there a way up into this? Or did he literally just make this so you need the hover pack? Okay. HermitFactory, Wells Factory. HermitFactory, Wells Factory. This one could still use some TLC. I started working on it, but at least we got walls, right? Didn't say 52.5? Oh, did it? Let me go double check before I make any changes. I thought it was 52.2. I might be mistaken. It's fine though. $52.5, you're right, it did. So we need 210. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going this way, and we need 210. We have 12. No, we have 60. So 120, 240, 300, but we are not getting 300. Am I missing something? There's no way we're getting 300 if we are short on them. Is this a smart splitter? Why is that going over here? What is this? Hello? I can't even eat it. Is this just a regular splitter? Well, there's your problem. That should be a smart splitter. I'm not sure, like, it's like snapping to a certain location, but I'm not sure if that's where it should be snapping. No! Okay, I'm gonna place one here just so I can stand on it. Okay. I assume that that was supposed to go on these double belts, and that's why the double belt is here. No, I'm not sure what... This is so confusing to me. Looks like he was just placing this in line and just trying to line it up. Is there a way to... Oh.
Satin_Emerald just resubscribed for 17 months.
How do I line this up? No. I'm assuming like there. So we want right. This would be this center output. This should be overflow. That's not overflow. Oh, it is overflow because I don't have this belt connected. What is happening? Okay, is there a way to tell which way is facing which way? Did I put this? I don't understand. Is it not even on the belt? Is that the problem? Was I like not placing it on the belt? Can I get rid of this? Center output, overflow, left output, any. Okay. So we should no longer see these things going down this route. Unless that machine's full. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe it wasn't placed on the belt. I don't know. Either way, it's working now, and that's the important thing. Yeah, this kind of belt stuff. I'm not a fan. I would have just done the splitters on the lifts at different heights, because then you could just kind of run them in a straight line. To me, that would make more sense, but I mean, this is working. It would use far fewer belts too. I don't know. Okay, well, we should have the problem solved now of not having enough quick wire. Like, we're making enough, we just weren't getting enough, and that should solve the problem, hopefully. Is it... Okay, chat, let me ask you something. Is it better to use smart splitters everywhere than using splitters the way we're doing it? We do a smart splitter, so like it fills up the first machine directly and then overflow goes to the next one? Or is it better to have the splitter that just does 50% one way, 50% the other way when you do like a string of machines? Like, how do you guys like doing it? Like, do you guys ever use smart splitters in such a way just to ensure the first machine in the line always gets resources and then the next machine? Once it's caught up, the smart splitters are just extra cost. True, but does anything in Satisfactory really have a cost? You set up automations, you're just making resources all the time. At what point does like a cost even matter? Yo, we are just recycling computers. That makes me sad. Like, early game, I can understand before you have the automation set up that, like, cost is a thing you should be worried about. But, like, later on, is cost really an issue? I don't know. How many tickets do I have? Good question. I would have to go to... Oh, I guess I can go to one of these. We have 27. We're getting like about 250,000 points per minute. So those computers are really skyrocketing us. And now that our computer output should be higher than what it was a little bit ago, it should be even better. DNA is stupid amount too. Yeah, everybody kept saying that we should use the DNA, but I wanted to save the DNA for using the inhaler things. But now since we have switched it to the mobs being retaliate only, like having the extra heals isn't really important. I don't know. I never saw what Wells did with the other quick wire thing. I guess that's like the supercomputer factory. Oh no, this, what was he doing over here? He was doing the AI limiters. Look, I know that tier 1 belts is all you need for this stuff, but like at this point it feels like such a waste to use T1 belts. I know it's really not, but it feels like, what's the point? Like we have unlimited of the other stuff. I want to come up and look at the manufacturers one more time. Hello, Neptune. Yeah, so that one's full. This one isn't full. I feel like we're still not getting enough. How much did I say we needed? 210? And we should be making over twice what we need. Unless there is some bottleneck somewhere, but it doesn't look like there is. Oh, there is. 4%, 5%, 11%. What is happening? Why are we not getting... I'm confused. So we have 100 here, 100 there. Are these broken in some way? I see 3 yellows. Okay, I'm confused. What is happening? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 of these machines that should be getting 240 Caterium. So where is the raw Caterium coming from? And why are we not getting 240 here? Oh, I totally missed. Hypno, I enjoyed your Manufactory with Assassin last night. Is that going to be a semi-regular occurrence? Yeah, right now it looks like we're planning on doing it twice a week. It might be more. Yo, we're only getting a 120? Shouldn't we, didn't I say 240? That's 300. I don't think anybody's gonna mind if we're using a little extra power on this, even if it's not needed. So we'll just fully overclock this to 300. Why is this belt split in the center here? As well as placing these splitters on the belts? Is that what he's doing? That's gross. I know these don't matter at all, and it's pointless doing it like per machine. But like I said, we're like so far in the game and we have so many of these concrete covered, whatever the heck they are, steel beams, it doesn't matter. Just make it go as fast as the belts possibly can. Is there a slowdown here? That's 4. It feels like this is going slower than what it should be. T1 belts hurt the soul. Yeah, there's no reason to keep using T1 belts this far in. I'm sorry. And there's no reason to have this either. I can't help but feel that was a Joe thing, but I don't know. So we're extracting 300. There is a backup somewhere. Why is this backing up? Where's the slowdown? Right here, it's gotta be, yeah? Oh, it is right here. Come on, E. Oh, I'm on dismantle. There it is. You think there was another one? We'll go and double check it. This is going down, so as long as we're extracting faster than we're mining, or at the same speed, but we're obviously extracting faster than we're mining. That's all that really matters. Yeah, it looks like there might be another one right here. This looks slow. Yep. Yeah, this, I don't know. This is why you don't put belts on splitters. I'm sorry, you just don't do that. I'm sorry, you don't put splitters on belts, not belts on splitters. Okay, so this should solve the Caterium problem. All of these machines should fill up, start making more Caterium ingots, which should and then allow us to make more Caterium wire. Then that should allow us to fill up our manufacturers, so we're making computers at the correct speed that we originally intended. Okay, so we're full here. We are filling now. It's going to take a while before all of the assemblers that were taking the Caterium ingots to quick wire, those fill up, and then we start producing maximum over there. But we're actually making enough now where this is filling, which is good, which should make it so these don't get as starved. Man, you can't trust wells with nothing. I'm just kidding. Oh, it stacks to 500. So we'll be here waiting a while for this thing to fill up. Unless I do this. Yep. Hello, Mirax. How you doing? All those years of modded really gives you an advantage of playing this sort of game? You think so? It definitely... there is a want to play modded Minecraft after playing this. I will admit that. Oh, we're actually getting some of this going down the overflow line now. Which means our manufacturer should be staying full. Okay, so here's the deal. If you use regular splitters like this and then use a smart splitter at the end, it could be like, nope, nope, nope. And then this path is full, so it just goes overflow, even though like one of the other machines can use it. Right? So like, that stuff that just went down the line to get recycled could have filled up this belt right here. Okay, so that belt is now full. Now we should see some going down this way. I don't know. I guess it's not that important. It's really not. Especially things like quick wire. Like, that doesn't matter if you have more expensive items that take a while to, like, be made. Probably, maybe, like, steel or something. Not steel pipes if you have the alternate iron pipe recipe, but... yeah, these are just filling up. That's good. These are staying full now. Love to see it. And making extra, and that's just being sunk, not a big deal. That's not hurting anything. Okay. So it looks like we're bouncing between 260 and 300 points per minute. Cool. I think this factory, aside from some aesthetic things that we could do, I think this factory is done. Officially done. You know, I came over here to check the belt or the fluid pipes to make sure those were working correctly. I think I'll do some aesthetic things over here though. Put on some windows. This building definitely can use it. You know what? That's actually fine. Is it fine? No, that's not fine, actually. I'm not sure I want to move it. How, well... We can just leave it like that. Just don't look at it. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't look at it. So how many blocks, how many spaces we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So how do we divide that up? 16. We could do... Is it 4 with a 1 in between? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. That's not correct. Maybe we do 5s? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can't figure it out. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover this up. Then we're gonna cover this up. Then we're gonna do 5 on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do a double pillar in the center. Boom. Do we do floor to ceiling windows? Maybe I do that. Something like that. All right, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then everything else gets deleted. That's actually fine. And then we won't put a window here. I don't know what we're gonna do about that back wall, if anything. All right, so let's do... walls. What kind of windows did I use in the other building? Can't middle click. Trying to middle click. There you go, got one. Oh, dang it. Am I the only one that does that? Like, you try and switch from default to Zoop, and then you hit the wrong button and it changes the item that you're doing? Is it R? Okay, good. I feel like I do that all the time and it's super frustrating. But I don't know if that's like a me thing or just the control scheme. I just realized. By adding these windows in here, we get a good view of whatever the heck this is. You know, we could put windows up here. I don't think that'd be bad. Might not be great, but it wouldn't be bad. The way it kind of matches the other building, how we have the windows above the framed door. All right. Alright, well, this building's already feeling better. I mean, it's still kind of plain, but it feels better. I almost think it should be taller just for aesthetic reasons, not because of any functional reasons. But if I do that, then I gotta change the electrical inside. I think we leave it as it is. Now, another question I had, is there anything we can do with like this stuff? So there's like a framed ramp. We'd want like an upside down ramp if we were gonna do that. Let's see. Architecture is inverted ramp frame. Is that worth doing? I mean, I think it is, honestly. And it might even be worth doing it down here. Yep, I think that adds a little bit of something that we needed. Gotta turn this zoop off. Okay, so that thickens up that center pillar, makes it look like the building's a little bit more supported. So we could do this like over here. I like it. I didn't know you were a master buildologist. Well, today you learned. Today you learned. Would be cool. I might have to zoop it. Might have to zoop it. Oop. No. Please, please middle click the one I'm middle clicking. Thank you. Zoop. Nope. Down this way, please. And then we want to unzoop. Why is this all turned weird? I think we got some here. I think we got a winner. Okay, so we'll have to do that again on this side too. It's really hard trying to get these frame things to go where you want them. How do I get you to zoop down here? Zoop. Is it? Oh, you know what? It might actually be zooping. I don't think we could see the other one because it would be in the rock, so we don't need to zoop this one. Let me just put one of these here. Yeah, yeah, and then I'm not so sure about the rest of this. We could continue this pattern down here. Let's see. So this would be the corner, which means we would have. Let me grab one of these. I don't know if this building is the correct size where this pattern will just repeat perfectly. More than likely it won't. Actually, let's undo this and we'll zoop it down. Let's see what happens here. Default. Okay, so we have a 2-block gap right there, which is really unfortunate. But for the most part, that just works. No, no, no. Default. Zoop. Unzoop. And then we do this and zoop it. Switching between zoop and unzoop, I'm starting to get a hang of like these buttons, so I'm not pressing the wrong one constantly. So we do that. Then this would be that one. Then this would be the. Wait a second. I'm not so sure. We'll just leave it like that. I think I kind of screwed up that pattern, which is fine. How did I do it up front here? Did I do a double wide in the center? I did a double wide in the center. That's why. So this should be double wide to match. It's fine. We can make that change. There we go. I thought there was something off back here, but now we figured it out. So this needs to be scooched over by 1. Even though you like, nobody's ever gonna look at this. We know it's done correctly. Even though like you still can't see it, it's built into the ground. Okay, so what did we mess up back here? On this side? So that. Did we mess up? I think this side is correct, actually. No, we have a double wide right here. That was the problem. So we could solve that. How would we solve that? I'm not sure we can solve that. We'd have to make one of these pillars double wide to take up that extra gap there. I don't think we do that. All right, we only got one more side to do. Let's just do it. No, please middle click the thing I'm middle clicking. All right, so zoop that. Dude, it is so hard to get these things to like click where you want them. The vertical's fine, actually. Default. Then we need a zoop. Maybe the corner's double wide too to solve 2 gap problem. Well, there's only one extra block gap is the problem, and that's right here, right? So we've been doing our center pillar. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. This one's too wide, and then we have a 2 wide gap also. So I can solve that by making this one 2 wide. Is that too wide? No, that's normal wide. So that's our main pillar. Then we have the angle, 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 angle. No, that's only 1 wide. So we have 1 gap, we have a normal pillar, we have a 2 gap, and then we have a normal pillar, and then we have a 1 gap. So like somewhere we gotta suck up an extra space in order for that to work. And I think right here actually is the perfect place because we have a normal pillar, and then we have the corner pillar. I think that's actually fine where it is. I don't think we need to change anything for that. So we just need to leave 2 spaces here and then start our corner, and then like everything will just be fine. Look up, check with the windows, please. No, the framing at the bottom of the building doesn't have to align with how the windows are. Oh, it does actually work with the windows. Oh, happy day. That's unintentional. It's intentionally unintentional. Over here it won't, but that's just because we got like this little offshoot thing. And do we put windows in this little offshoot thing? I think we could, actually. Let's go in there and poke out some windows. I think the fastest way to get over there is there a way to fix that corner? I'm not sure if there's a good way to fix that. Maybe there's like thicker. These are double ramp 4 meters, 8 meters. Would the 8 meters like solve that? I don't think I can get it to it. Oh yeah, those would have been. Does that go up at a sharper angle? I feel like it does. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the 8 meters too steep. Maybe we could do like a 2 meter ramp or 2 meter foundation and then have like a 4 meter vertical ramp plane into it. Maybe like do a little bit of clipping action to make it work. Make it work better anyway. So if I swap that out with a 2 meter, or maybe we could just leave it as just a straight 2 meter and not even worry much about it. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We could like clip an upside down 4 meter ramp into it. I'm not sure that's necessary though. I was thinking we might need to, but I think that looks fine as it is. What was I doing? We were gonna put windows over here, or look at attempting to. It'd be like a 2 wide window. I'm not sure this is necessary, honestly. I think our normal windows are this height. Are they only 4? I think they're 4. 2, 4. Yeah, I think we'd do that if we're gonna do it. I don't think I want to do floor to ceiling window over here. I think we keep them at the same height as the rest of the building. I do need a middle click though. Gimme. Okay, so that window doesn't really line up with the outside of the building, which is fine. I mean, I guess we could also like make these windows too. This might be too much, although anything's better than just like a big boxy wall, I feel like. I think that feels better. Do we make a too wide window here as well? I guess we could. Yep. I like it. I like it. So we have 1 3 1 2 1 3 1. This is a 2, and then a 3. Yup. And there we go. Windows installed. This place feels better already. I like it. This is way better. Now we get to actually make a little bit of use of the reflective surfaces by seeing like light from the window sources coming in, right? I think it's just better atmosphere in the building. It might not be like the best thing that we could have done, but it definitely is better than what it was. It's definitely way better than what it was. Let's take a look from like the sides and stuff. Looks good. Nice work. Thank you. Oh. It's not bad. It's not bad. The buildings match. This one's obviously different. We got some weird things going on. We got like this little jet out here. This is missing a block right there, or maybe a whole row. Wells added this addition. So the other thing that we could do is support this, which desperately needs. We can't call this done unless we like do it properly. How do I? Not there. This is so frustrating trying to get this to work. We have to attach it here, go vertical, and then go down the extra one that I want to do. Over here it doesn't matter because that's like clipping into the ground. Okay, so if we did vertical pillar, we could actually do that, but we don't have enough space. So it'd be like ramp, pillar, and then there's only one ramp over here. So maybe we change it up so it's not. We go like that, and then we go like that. No, I think we just leave it as it is. I think we leave it as it is here. A single thing, and then the corner over there is what's supporting this. theoretically. And you can't even see any of this and nobody even cares, but I'm doing it because I want to. And that's it. We're supported. Building supported. FDNARS, you care? I'm glad you care. Like I care. The only other thing is I feel like there should be something through the center here. So maybe what we'll do, because this is like a big open floor with no like support beams through the center. Maybe like where we have this 2 wide thing, we'll just run some scaffolding across and maybe put a pillar in the center. Just as like a little extra some. Can I please attack? Why is this so hard to aim this particular thing? Jeez. Yeah, so this is the center. This is like a 2 wide support pillar thing. Uh-huh. And then on these 4... Oops. Default. On those 4, we'll just make it like it's a pillar that's supporting the center of the building. Boom. I like it. I like it. It's good. All right, computer factory done. Aside from this stuff. I feel like this needs to get worked on, but I'm not so sure what we do with it. Inverted ramps to widen the support. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Put something fun down there and see if others notice? What would we put down here that's fun? Maybe like a factory. Oh! Whew, that was close. Our building almost fell over. That was close, everybody. Slug belt. A purple slug? Can you place slugs? I don't know if I've ever done that before. Can you do that? I don't think you can place these. You can drop anything from inventory. If you drop something from your inventory, does it ever despawn? Or is it there forever? It's there forever? I'll do it with a blue power slug because these are the ones that don't matter. How do I split? Hold right click. Where's a spot that I could put it where nobody was going to see it unless they actually come down here? Maybe like, oh, you can actually jump up in here. Maybe like right here. Yo, you can actually place those there. You can't see it? You can see it from here a little bit. If you're looking for it, you'll see it. If you're just walking normally and looking under here, I don't think you're gonna see it. I mean, you can see it right here. Will it set off the slug detector? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Put a sign next to it, David Kevin. You can see it pretty clearly from right here as well. Doesn't look like this is tracking power slugs. Or it doesn't look like it's tracking the one that I found. Or dropped. Nope. You can see it pretty clearly from right here, if you notice there. Well, there's two spots that's like got a pretty open view from underneath. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, like, people would have to be looking for it, I feel like. I mean, we could, like, put it up on top of this thing, maybe. And that would make it really harder to see. Let's do that. Like, if I stick it up over here. Where'd that go? Uh-oh. Did it leave my inventory? It's out of my inventory. Where'd it go? Did it go into the building? I can't even find it. Did it clip to the ground? I'm gonna go see if it's in the building. Now it's really hidden. It'd be down here. If it clipped into this. It's gone. I think it clipped underground. You should start dropping slugs all over the factory just for the laughs. Can you, like, turn them? Or do they always face, like, a cardinal direction? Yeah, I think, unless I relog and it appears, I think it clipped into the ground. Where was I? I was, like, here. I was, like, right here when I did it. It had to have clipped, like, underneath me. Oh, it's right. It clipped into the foundation. Interesting. What if I do this and then place it? Tab, not Q. Okay, so I place it where it was supposed to go originally. Was the ceiling glowing? I didn't even notice that. Well, that's not actually where I wanted it. I kind of wanted it like right here. Why? Don't go there. Maybe I have to remove this thing and then place it. Or maybe it only drops at a specific location on blocks. I'm not sure. I kind of want it like right here. But it goes over there. Okay. Now it's like half clipped into the block? Or into the ground? This is like the dumbest thing that I've spent a lot of time on. So now you can see it from the front. But I think it might be obscured from like most places. You can't see it from over here now. Peak Satisfactory gameplay. Can't see it. You can kind of barely see it, but you have to be knowing what to look for. Over here. I mean, it's kind of mostly obscured by these, but yeah, there is there is some spots you can clearly see it here. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. It's okay. So think of it as like the Easter holiday Easter egg hunts, right? You want things hidden to a point, but you don't want them hidden where they're like completely impossible to find. Unless somebody like is told to look at a specific spot. Like you gotta be able to see it. These are all good still. I like it. Why are we hiding slugs? Because chat wanted me to. What's the other? Oh my goodness, all the quick wire. I think it's fine though. Yo, we're up to we're almost up to like 500,000 per minute. That's crazy. Joe, how are you doing?
I was just about to wrap up my stream in a few minutes. How are you?
I'm good. I'm well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I just got the hover pack, and I really liked that until I flew too far away from my factory and just dropped out of the sky like a rock into a lake.
Oh no. Does it like slowly let you descent, or is it just straight like you're just falling now?
You just lose all your momentum, which is fine. But yeah, so I had built this catwalk across a lake with like a fancy pillar system to run conveyors along it to move stuff between this one mining facility and foundry and another area. And I had not run power along that. And I'm thinking I'm going to add some power poles or something to that. Because, yeah, that's
that's probably a good idea. If you want to use that hover pack, you definitely got to have power points around.
Yeah, but that's how we learn. So
I still have never used one of those. I haven't crafted one yet, so that's probably something I'll do.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had everything we needed to make it in the what do you call it? The dimensional depot. So I just walked up to a random industrial manufacturer. What did you call that? It's the fancy crafting bench. But I walked up to one of those and it was just like, yes, I will make this now.
I see. Yeah, I just spent some time today with aesthetics, trying to make the computer factory look good. I saw there was some issues like with how much resources we were giving, whatever. Like I fixed some resource issue that we had, and so now we're making computers as fast as we possibly can.
Woo!
Yay! Well, with our current setup, not as fast as possibly can, but you know,
that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I think the building looks pretty good.
Awesome. Yeah, we're finally caught up on our modular frames. Because yeah, the heavy modular frame thing was like really taxing that. But
Mhm.
we have passed equilibrium. We're actually over syncing some of the rest of the stuff now.
Oh, good.
So yeah, as we need, if we have to add like a second manufacturer for the heavy frames, you know, we'll still be in okay shape.
Okay.
But yeah, I've also been learning a lot about power outlets and beams and beam connectors and walls, and I feel like I'm learning the fundamentals of the aesthetic stuff so I can make it look good, or like stuff is gonna look better in the future based on what I'm learning now.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, that's the only way you get better is to learn from what you've done. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, how am I gonna get into the middle of the lake to work on getting these power things in there? It's like, oh, I'll just run power lines to the parts I've done so far, and then I think the jetpack should work.
Yeah, so now the trick is to run power lines everywhere in Satisfactory. That way we can use our hover pack everywhere.
Whoa, okay, I've got like runaway flight now. I don't even know what happened.
Did you like tab out while you were going or something?
No,
or?
you know what it was? I had been trying to fly when I'd been trying to fly earlier when I wasn't in range, and I think it queued up all of those jumps, so as soon as I walked into range, I just go shoof straight into the sky. They just
interesting.
queued all those upward impulses as like, hey, once you get power, don't forget to fly.
Hello, Coit. Might need to put smart splitters on the inputs like you did with the wire? What do you mean with the inputs? Lolo, how you doing? Good to see you. I see I'm almost out of fuel. We got... Oh, I should go over to our fuel factory. I wanted to check that out as well. Like, we've been doing... We haven't, like, really built anything today. I mean, I guess aside from aesthetics, but we haven't, like, worked on any factory. Well, I guess that's not technically true. We upgraded the coal factory, so it was, like, better. We haven't made anything new. I feel like we haven't done anything today, but we've actually done some stuff today. Hey Leslie, how you doing? Yeah, hypertube on the side of the road is definitely something that I'm interested in doing. That's gonna take a bit of time to do though. I placed a snail. True. That's why you guys came to this live stream, is to watch me place to hide like a slug in one location. That was the highlight. But yeah, hypertubes along the road that terminate at like intersections is definitely something that I want to do. That's something we've been talking about. Now, the biggest problem with that is every time you set up a hypertube, I don't think there's a way that the hypertube entrance can turn off when there's no player nearby. So like every time we set up one of those with like the 15 inputs per side, 30 on either side, or on 30 with when you combine both sides together, like that's just a draw from the power grid that is just constant for every like intersection of our tubes. I don't know. That's like the one thing I've been thinking about as well. But I think we'll probably do that on like the next stream where there's like not a lot of like new stuff that we should be doing. Yeah, I said we'd come back and check on this coal factory. Hours later. This still has no fuel. Why? Have these not? What? 100? 100. Or was I misreading this? There's 100. 100. 1. So these last two... That's weird. And like it's one in there just before the bar runs out for like the last one it had, but like there's just enough. But that's weird. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to check to see. So we got a red light here. Why do we got a red light? No fuel. Why is this not getting fuel? Now it's getting fuel. Maybe I had that thing inverted somehow? Okay, so all those are green. Those are all green. Let's go check the other half. I saw red. There's a bunch of red. What's going on here? The coal is not moving. What is going on? Are we missing water? Hold on a second. Coal, no water. Water, no fuel. Uh-oh. There's fuel coming down that's going across, and... This belt broken? Okay. Weird. So that doesn't solve the problem with like these being red. So why are these red? No water in these 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that's the last time we have to do that. There's supposed to be no belt between two of those splitters. The reason why is this belt right here comes all the way across on this side, and then the excess goes down, under, up, and then it comes over, and this is the last one that we can feed from that belt. Then we have another input from this side that comes up and down this way to right there. So it's purposely no belt here. I know it seems weird, but it's just the way that we're mining. I think it's like that on the other side as well, if I remember correctly. On the other half of our coal. Yeah. Yeah, so this input belt comes all the way down, goes underneath, up, over here, and then stops. And then we got another input belt on this side. Although this one's got a lot of extra coal in it. You can see it's like backed up here. I don't know. Yeah, we could merge the belts and like try and make this even better, but at this point it's kind of like if it ain't broke, why fix it? I think we're good now. Hopefully the water pipe issue that we had over here won't be an issue next time. Looks good even if it's buggy. All right, let's go check out making a hover pack. That probably would have helped us building like we were doing earlier today, like trying to get up and down. I still think we should make our factories, even if we are using hover packs, I still think we should make our factories like ground accessible, where you can just walk upstairs and whatever else. You're glad to see they fixed the Noblix bug? Yeah, next time. Is this Azuma? No, that must be Wells. Oh, whoop. I don't think we can see who the offline players are. I think that's Wells. So let's see here. I want, oh, not this, the equipment thing, right? Hover pack. I can just craft one. Never used one of these before. Oh, it goes on my back. Okay. Now, can you get moving? How do I go down? Shift, control, space makes me go higher. Shift, space makes me... How do I go down? C? Why the C key? Okay, so you lose your momentum when you go into the hover pouch. I'm sorry. When you go into the hover? When you go into the hover thing, I'm trying to like sprint jump and then... Oh no, I guess you keep your momentum. So you can sprint with it on, you move a little bit faster with sprint. Okay, so if you want to go vertical, if you go any forward momentum, it like makes you... Okay. I see how this is working. I just want to see what happens if I get too far. And just like that, you fall. Oh, so you can press space to like... not just like drop like a rock. Soft land. Joe came over here and painted all these things, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully somebody told Joe that you can do that. Yeah, I like this. This is kind of cool. Okay, so I see there is a bar on the little spinny wheel thing that's like over my left hand. What is that for? Oh, is that like how much power is in the jetpack until it reconnects? No? What is that? Wi-Fi signal? So the further I get away from the connection, oh, is that what it is? That's telling you distance from your power source? So when it gets lower, it like zaps to a new one and then it gets higher. I see. So I can get all the way. Okay. All right. I understand. I understand now. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I've never used one of these before, so learning how they work. Cool. So we learned C to go down. We learned press space if you run out of power for a soft fall. And then, yeah, as long as we got power everywhere. Joe, this hover pack's pretty cool.
I know, right? Like this, I was having so much trouble getting my vertical lifts to align properly, and now I can just fly to the exact level and have it locked in. It's amazing. I wish I had been. I should have built this yesterday. But yeah, no, I'm liking it.
Yeah, so my chat was telling me that you can press spacebar when you run away from power and you get a soft landing instead of just dropping like a rock, which I tested, and that's true.
That is good to know. Thank you, Hypnos chat.
That must be something that Joe's working on right now. I was gonna say, I don't recall that water pump being there before, but it looks like he's building right there, so he must be doing something. And that general area, what it is he's doing, I don't know. What is this? Petroleum coke. Well, that's gonna be like a chest that just stays there for forever. I still don't think I made a proper way into this building. The one thing I wanted to look at was right here. Dimensional depot. Yeah, so this is... Okay, so I see that we are not getting any more packaged fuel being made. So I need some plastic, I think. Right, this is, yeah, this is the canisters, plastic, so I need to grab some plastic. Okay, so that should make canisters. The canisters will fill up with fuel and go into here so we have packaged fuel for the future. Now, the other thing I wanted to look at is just to make sure that all of our generators are still working. We don't have a proper way into this building, so that's my proper way. See green lights, green lights, green lights, and finally green lights. So that is wonderful to see that all of these seem to be working correctly. I guess we could go over and check the refineries over here, make sure those are all working. Green lights. I think we're good. I like what Azuma did in here, honestly. I like the scaffolding, like these ramps holding up the catwalk. This is actually kind of clever. I don't think I saw that detail before. I think that looks good. And then we have catwalks that go up on top of these machines. This is something I'm not sure I saw either. And that's what's providing that power. Okay, so that's a different way of doing it than running the power things and then dropping the line from the ceiling. This is kind of clever as well. So he did a double catwalk thing, but there is like the little space in between. Yeah. For some reason, it looked like you could... Oh, you can go out here. I wonder if that's intentional. Maybe it is. I don't know. Pumps just for looks? Which pumps? You talking about these pumps? I think these are needed for the vertical lift over here. OSHA wouldn't like that one railing where you can walk through it. Yeah, they look like they're level to the other side, but we've experienced some issues. Let me come over underneath here and show you a little bit. So like it comes straight across, but then we go up a little bit. So we've experienced issues where we go up and then it goes up even further into the machine up here. And then this goes over and then that goes up and then up into that machine. So like where you hit multiple of these things, I think this all counts as vertical lift beyond this intersection. And yeah, I think we were getting enough fuel to like the first 2 or 3 of these. And then the last of them we're getting starved. Yeah, the floor is a little bit higher than what it would appear otherwise. It's actually, is that 8 meters? Do we have... No. Well, I guess it is 8 meters from here to like wherever that machine is. And then like this is all after that. But anyway, yeah. Pretty sure we tested this, or I tested this and saw there's an issue without having the that pump there, so I installed the pumps. Did I put the window back? I think I did. Yeah, I like the ceiling detail of this. It's not like overly complex and not crazy like complicated, but I think there's just enough like height changes and like the little smokestack sticking out that it looks pretty good. Why is this one not smoking? There it goes, not smoking. I guess they turn off and on every now and then. Chainsaw stop. Oh, okay. C to go down, shift C to go down faster. So going up with space, shift space makes you go faster. Okay. Learning. And then I sound like I got a little helicopter on my back, which I kind of do. All right, we're gonna go spy on Joe real quick. What's he doing over here? Oh, he's right there. You think he sees me? Let's hide. I'm gonna sneak attack on him. Guys, what do you think he's building here? This looks really complicated. Let's see, we got ores coming in. He is stashing copper ores. I've told him that's not something you need to do, but he's still doing it. That's fine. He's learning. We're making copper ingots, slightly overclocked. Copper. Where's the copper going? These aren't making copper. Why not? Oh, they are. They're just kind of slow. So he's doing that. We're making iron. Okay. So the iron's coming over here. He's storing a whole lot of iron ingots for some reason. Oh, is this his heavy modular frame plant? Where are they? Some just zipped past and now they're not zipping past. I wanted to look at them. Okay, we got copper wires being made up here. It's an interesting way of doing it. Like, using a splitter this way to go to 3 machines is actually smart. That way one doesn't get less than the others. They all get the same amount, but like, I would have made these belts more 90-degree angled, but you know, that's me. He's done the, like, the peace sign, I guess, on multiple of these, so that's fine. I guess we're making an iron wire. Iron wire, yep. We got copper being made. The copper is going over here. Man, he's making iron wire and he's making copper wire. Why do we need so much wire? What are we doing here? That's like literally all of the wire. What's going on? What is he doing with this? So we got wires going into these manufacturers, making reinforced iron plates. Stitched iron plate. 20 wire, 10 iron plates. Okay, so what are we doing with all the reinforced iron plates? I literally have no idea what's going on here. Modular frame reinforced in steel. Okay. So he's making more modular frames. And then these are headed over here. That's where we saw the belt coming out over this way. That's going into here. I don't think I have a proper way in there. Ah. Okay, so the modular frames are coming in here. Wait a second. Okay, so he has his modular frames coming in here, and then they're coming into here, and then just being sunk. So those are helping to fill this up, and then they're just being... Okay. shouldn't this belt be attached? I feel like that's a mistake that he didn't have that connected. I feel like he upgraded this and then just didn't connect this belt properly. Okay. I like how he's got the dimensional depot up on stilts. That's kind of cool. Joe, I'm over here looking at what you're building.
Which
just
part
trying to like figure out what it is. I think I got it.
Which part of it are you looking at right now?
Well, I was looking at your factory where you're making a whole bunch of wire using copper and iron, and then using that to make the stitched iron plate or the stitch reinforced iron plates to make modular frames that go into the factory that feed into like where the other modular frames are.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just kind of like following the chain, just like, what is he doing here? Where are these going? And yeah.
Yeah, the big thing was that I didn't have the ability to make another SAM adapter or whatever because we were out of those. And so I wanted to make sure that it refilled the other factory's like container with the SAM feed and then overflowed from there back out to the modular frame, to the heavy modular frame place, which is still a total mess on the opposite side of this. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's,
I mean, I've
improved it, and it's still bad. This is gonna have to be.
Okay, like, here's the trick, Joe. Yeah. Builds a shell around it.
Yeah.
It just be like it's a factory.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Yeah, because at this point, though, it's like there's so much surplus of everything. I'm feeding a lot of stuff into the central awesome sink at this point. But yeah, long term, if we need to like double the amount of those heavy frames we're making, we are probably producing twice as much as we need of everything else, all the ingredients. So I can basically set up a second one next to it, pulling from the same inventories. But yeah, and I'll rewire the awesome sink feed and move the awesome sink at that point, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I was just hypertubing over to the fuel factory over there, and I saw there was like a new water pump over here. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's kind of new. Yeah. And then I saw this building. I was like, wait a second, this wasn't here before. So I had to come over and just kind of like look at it and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's a shame you can't see the colors. I've actually spent a lot of time painting it today. But yeah, at least on this one side facing the other buildings. But yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, but
it's looking like a proper factory.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm applying the things I've learned, and I'm evolving them as I go. One of the things I wanted to play with was using the pure water to wash the copper. There's like a copper ingot thing with the foundry with the water pumps, and it's like, oh, this is way more efficient. We actually don't need this much copper. This is part of why we're feeding so much stuff into an awesome sink. But later on, if it's like, oh, we actually need something that does require a bunch of copper and iron or whatever, it'll be better, because there's a foundry recipe where if you add copper ore to your iron ore and then smelt it in the foundry instead of a smelter, it's way more efficient than normal smelters.
Oh yeah, the water and the ore in the refineries. Yeah,
well, not just the refinery recipe, but there's also a foundry alternate recipe for making iron ingots.
Oh, let me see.
And so I can show you if you want to come down here to, I'm not sure which level it's on. It might be on the first level.
The foundry. So that's the iron plus copper, the iron alloy ingot recipe. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm producing a ton of iron ingots, and I'm also producing a bunch of copper ingots, and that's letting us make extra reinforced iron plates as well, which I'm also routing the extra reinforced iron plates into the other factory because I don't have an extra dimensional depot thing. But
you should be able to make those now.
Yeah, at the time though.
I see.
I set this stuff up a few days ago.
Yeah, we have 16 Mercer spheres in there. If you didn't know that you can just make them now. Yeah.
Yay. But yeah. So one thing I'm trying to figure out is a better mechanism for moving surplus things in and out of factories, and because like I don't think we're really designing the factories with automated inputs and outputs in mind. You know what I mean? Like everything is like roughly self-contained, but then if you wanted to like overclock it, there's nowhere to like feed in extra iron, you know?
No, we didn't design these factories for more than what they were set up to make.
Yeah.
So like we found a pure iron node is like, okay, so what can we make with this pure iron node, and then build the factory around the fact that we have that amount.
Yeah, and so then when I'm like, oh, hey, we have faster miners now than when these guys built this factory, we can speed this up. And it's like, oh, well, actually nothing's really designed for that, or... Yeah, so
I feel like when I was setting up my factory, I overclocked the miner as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. But like
if you wanted to put a second belt of iron in there, yeah, there's no way to do that, not within this factory.
Well, and the other thing is, like, some of them, like, only had Mark 1 belts coming out of the miners. So even if you... I'm not saying the one you necessarily worked on, but, like, you know, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, this is something where, like, okay, if we want to do more with this, there's going to be
that's also part of the thing of Satisfactory. Like, you start off, and, like, you don't have a lot of resources, and then you build your first factory. And this was, like, one of the first factories we set up over here. This is, like, to make the tier 2 stuff, right?
I honestly don't know which tiers different things are in.
Yeah, the reinforced iron plate is the tier 2, I believe.
Yeah. Well, this way we'll have plenty of modular frames, plenty of heavy modular frames, plenty of reinforced iron plates, all that we need for like the next part of the tech tree. Because, like I said, I think those heavy modular frames are going to be used in some of the nuclear containment stuff and things like that. So, yeah, we'll be good.
Cool. All right. Well, I think I am going to wrap it up about here.
Yeah, I was just going to wrap up too. So thanks for stopping by before I wrapped up.
Yeah, thanks for showing me some stuff here.
Cool. Catch you later, Hypno.
Yep. See you later, dude. All right, chat. I don't know why this is extended all the way over there. That seems either like somebody was messing with something or just testing something, but it seems weird. It's definitely something I didn't do. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out today while we played a little bit of Satisfactory. X's design. Did he do that purposely to connect the two buildings through the roof with that one beam? I don't know. If you guys say he did, he did. I don't know. I can understand having it on the one building, but like where it like connects from one building over to the other building seems odd. Especially how it stops like partway through the other building and not connecting to like the edge or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully X will be back with us soon. And hopefully we'll have Wells with us on the next one. So yeah, take care everybody. Bye.